Well, Bazza here again with another Metho stove. Now, I showed you a few before last weekend. It saved me when I was camping because my gas-fired stove, which I bought for $20 from Bunnings, blew up in my face. Plastic melted everywhere, destroyed my camping table, which had plastic fittings on it. And how was I going to cook my dinner? Well, this is the stove I used. Very simple, worked extremely well. So that way, couldn't light any fires. The wind last weekend up at Mountain Lagoon near Richmond, very strong, so you couldn't light a fire, but I did use this to light up. The size of the holes here are around 3/8 of an inch, or about 8mm. Very simple design. It's an old tomato can tin, so it's fairly tall. I built this one as well out of a tuna can. Just push the top onto it, put a hole in the middle, fill it with Metho. Again, it worked extremely well. I liked it because it's low to the ground, it's low and stable, and you can put a billy on it and you can see it's quite stable. Disadvantage of this can is it's a bit higher up and it's not quite as stable. So this evening I built this one out of a peach tin, same design as this one, except this one is slightly smaller. You can see from the size there, and slightly fatter, slightly wider. You can see that. So subsequently, it gives you good stability. So, and when I lit it up earlier on today, it took me 10 minutes to bring a litre of water to the boil. So quite stable. Could do with a base, but just for the exercise. So I will light up and show you how well it works. It has been on the boil, so it won't take 10 minutes to boil now. It's just come off the boil. So I get a bottle of Metho and I pour it into just below the holes. Don't put the holes too low when you're making it, otherwise you won't have sufficient reserves of fuel. Now I will light this up, and she's all lit up nicely. Turn the light out and you can see that's burning quite nicely. So what you do, the secret with this, just let it burn for about 20 seconds so the methylated spirits vaporizes. And so she starts to draw air in down the bottom. You can't see it through this, but she starts to draw air in through the bottom holes. Okay. I'll now put my billy on top here. And you can see it hasn't come out of those two holes there yet. It will in a minute, don't worry, it will, but it won't take this. I'll just let it. The secret to it is just drop the billy on it very slowly. Now she fully lights up, so just drop the billy on it quite slowly. Now, how long will it take to come to the boil? Let's have a look here. Sleeve up. Time is now 18:54 on the 6th of April 2019 at Heathcote. And we'll see how long it takes to boil. I'll put a lid on this. And as you can see now, she's burning quite nicely. Now she's been on the boil here now for about just under a minute, but it's just come off the boil. I just experimented with it first. prior to making this video. So 24 degrees here today, it's a bit warm. The trick of it's when you're up high and at altitude and when it's cold. But yeah, I'm very impressed with it. Now, as you can hear, she's now coming to the boil. It's only been 2 minutes. Not quite on the boil yet. Give it another minute or so. Well, that sounds like she's coming to the boil now. You can see the steam coming off. And yep, she's boiling. Yeah, that was about 2.5 minutes. Let's have a look at my watch. Yeah, 3 minutes. 3 minutes, yep. But she's come off the boil, so that's cheating. From cold, took me 10 minutes earlier. And she doesn't get hot. So there she is. Now how do we stuff her out? Well, the old Cooper's homebrew tin, you simply place it over it and she's out. So all I simply do, that's now out. Wait for it to cool. I can reuse that Metho. Didn't use much. Didn't use much at all. Okay, so now she's cool. I'll pour it into, that's hot. Just remember, these things are hot. Pour it into here. It's not quite cooled as much as what I would have liked. You've got to pour it in a container because of these holes down the bottom. Now, this one here had smaller holes. These holes were more like 1/4 of an inch. Just drilled them in my trusty drill press here. Didn't take terribly long. Stuck it in the vise and just turned it. And it didn't take long to make. The whole thing took me no more than about 5 minutes, would you believe? So the reason it takes longer is because the holes are smaller, so it's not as intense a heat. This one here has about 3/8 of an inch holes, so you know, more fuel, more flame, more heat, naturally uses fuel a lot faster. But very impressed with this one. And what we now do, there's my Metho bottle. I'll put a rag over the top, pour the fuel in, the unused Metho. See, there's a lot of grime in there, but she's not going back into the Metho bottle. And subsequently, we have not wasted any fuel. So out of there's another one I meant to show you too, which I built earlier. That was this one here. Yeah, it works quite well. Nice and convenient to carry with you. Got to have a primer, not what I normally do. Put a bit of Metho at the base of the homebrew tin. Just a tiny bit of Metho, put it on it, prime it, and then she starts going. They all work, but when it comes to that $20 canister, when it comes to that $20 canister stove that blew up in my face last weekend up at Mountain Lagoon, wasn't good. It was dangerous. And a bottle of Metho, look, you can pick them up at the Servo for $3. Pick them up anywhere, Woolworths, Coles, any supermarket, and you can reuse it. And Metho's good for a lot of other things too. If you get any stings or bites or scratches, anything like that, need to clean anything, Metho's got a lot of uses. Alright, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video. Cheers guys.